Back when I was stomping around on dance mat games as a kid, they had arrows. I'm not sure I'd even know how to play this one, but it has caught my curiosity. From the previous observed conversation, this guy seems to know the ins and outs of this weird dancing game and is keen to teach. Before I commit to getting down with my bad self, I think I should know a little more about exactly what that entails. Plus, I'm used to playing these games solo, less chance of stomping on someone else's foot that way. This is a valid point. However, how could I resist to ask guys such as yourself? I don't have Chris's voice. I can't. I'm not even gonna try. How could I resist to ask guys such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked over.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Teo. I got it. Cool. Teo's the best! Greatest guy here. He's sort of like our leader, yeah?
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He's so much like his character. I feel so much like his character in Seduce Me. He's got that confidence. I can see why they cast Chris on this guy. He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
He is. He's just like his Seduce Me character. I can't get over this.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang.
Our gang?
So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
I mean, I always love DDR. Teo stretches his arms to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Go for it. Politely decline. Shake your head no. No, go for it. I love this game. I really enjoy this game. Go for it. I couldn't care less that I'm supposed to be working. As a kid, I remember stomping around on dance mats. Why not try out the 20X's hottest dance game? Even if I technically don't know how to play it yet. For real? Without thought, I take his hand. Let's do this. As I'm about to step up on stage, an ominous shiver crawls down my spine. Is Gavin looking at me? I glance over and spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can't see her face behind the mask, but I can totally sense she's glaring daggers my way. It's creeping me out. On second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Hark. Really? But I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime stage, now that I think about it. He's out. I'm in. It's currently year 0 of the floor attendant Hark regime.
Hello there.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Hark. I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups I tend to let everyone else play. Oh, that's so nice of him. You're a sweet guy. You're nice, Teo. I go around make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. I like people like that. You are cool in my book, Teo. Physically though, you're not my type. Again, completely superficial. In terms of physical romantic attraction. I'm not really into guys with painted fingernails. I'm not really into guys with piercings. I'm not really into guys with long hair. Just completely superficially that way. He doesn't have any tattoos that I can see, but that's another thing that I'm not really like into. My husband is the same way. He also is not into like tats and piercings and long hair on guys either. So we both have kind of the same type. Nothing wrong with that, but Teo's personality, though, very sexy personality. But what about you and your feelings? Teo shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it? Hey, want to film a workplace safety video? We need to seriously talk about side crowd sizes. Can you disperse your fans for me, please? Hey, want to film a workplace safety video? Good, we can start by getting to know workplace safety together. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you gotta break up the band. Unless you want to film one of those retro 1960X public service announcement videos where someone loses a leg dancing off the stage and into the crowd.
Well,
Oh, yeah, hey. I guess we were kind of overdoing it a little, shaking hands with danger. Hey, when the heat is on and the lights are shining, these things happen. I'll take care of it. Luckily, the song that was being played just finished. Teo jumps up on stage and cups his hand over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Aw, man, but why? I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. It's Hark's first day, so let's show him some respect. I like you, Teo. You and I were going to get along really well. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great, now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. I guess I've had worse reputations in my lifetime. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Oh wait, Hark's just doing his job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself in a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Teo jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I nod, genuinely impressed with how Teo can capture his community's attention. I mean, he's a people person. I'm very much the same way. They listen to him and have the utmost respect for him. Yeah, actually, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as dancing is within law, carry on. Officer Hark has spoken. Wow. Some of my lines are crazy cringy. Crazy cringy. And I lost my coaster. I start to walk away, ready for my next adventure, when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Teo. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
I'm actually doing really well. I'm doing really well with everyone. No problem. Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. I say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With that business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually, we're a few hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done, but you know. I'm so at peace, in fact, that I don't even notice the underboss of the arcades lighting up behind me.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a terrible phone plan. My texts aren't free. A valid point. I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. We need to get some Slack into this conversation, like the app Slack. Anyway, I prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah!
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I mean, I fed you and everything. This is true. Francine hasn't fired him yet, right? An adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff gathering.
Ooh.
Hark's off to a great start. Here's to your first day, followed by many more. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron TM. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst, generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers, I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all. We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit? Speak for yourself, I've still got paperwork to handle. Oh, come on, don't act like you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. These two totally need to start making out soon. What? Naomi? You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. He's a pinball wizard. He is a pinball wizard. I said it before I even looked at the text. He's a pinball wizard. Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. Really? You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney. The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day. Cool. Very cool. Now that we've met all of the main cast members...
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
Oh. I guess we've got more to do today. They have the same expression I do. The looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
Convenient. Birthday party? How old are the kids, may I ask? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5-year-olds? Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling. Throwing skee balls overhand into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into coin slots. Oh, that is the worst. Not gonna lie. Pulling at my costume, tearing off pieces of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom, the end is nigh.
I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway.
That's just like the boss. Just drop us the news and go.
Have fun, dears.
She's got that Wicked Witch of the West vibe thing going on. Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desks so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Hark, roaming duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an incoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... Oh, look at them. You're so adorable. I like this little fox shirt here. That's so cute. An explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on or even just pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations. Naomi by the fragile pinball machines. Ashley near the door, trying to distract the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults. Beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them. Keen on getting out, ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos is multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball, being bounced around, or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Hark, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Oh boy. Prioritization. 2 kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near Naomi and Ashley. An angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee. A little girl crying over her stolen tickets near Percy and Gavin. Oh! Percy and Gavin. 100%. 100%. Percy and... Probably... Yeah, definitely 100%. I weave my way through waves of children towards the skee-ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of a skee-ball ramp crying. No parent in sight to settle her, so the task falls to me. I'm guessing I should be more cautious about this sort of thing, with lawsuit-happy parents lurking over by the vending machines ignoring their kids, but Floor Attendant Hark decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Hark, and I work here at the arcade. What's wrong? Can I help? Her sobbing pauses as she looks up at me.
I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me.
Ooh. Are you sure they got stolen? That's a pretty bold accusation.
I played and won a bunch of them, but then I put them down and I was talking to a friend, and now they're gone.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I glance around, but in a sea of kids, it's impossible to tell who the thief could be.
I don't even have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee-ball and my tickets are all gone now.
Easy. We'll figure this out. Somehow. Although I've got no clue where to even start, to be honest. Maybe there was a witness of the crime. Percy would have had a good view of the redemption game area, based on where Moopy's positioned. Gavin has a ticket desk, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or I could just bend the rules and solve this directly. Maybe Percy saw something. I could deal with this quietly if he can identify the culprit. I'm definitely going to the Ginger Man. Okay, don't worry. I'll get your tickets back, one way or another. Really, Mr. Hart? Wait right here. I'll be back in a jiff. I walk up to Percy, tapping him on the shoulder to get his attention. Sorry to interrupt, but that girl in pink over there, someone stole her tickets. I was hoping you saw something. Actually, the true reason I'm here is because I need an excuse to talk to you. Oh, He frowns a little, looking slightly embarrassed.
Well.
Sorry, love. He called me love. I've been pretty deep into this run, wasn't exactly paying attention. Poor girl, a ruffian's absconded with her tickets, you say? Yeah, well, I can't exactly expect you to babysit. I'll just go check with Gavin. No need for that. This obstacle can be removed rather readily, and perhaps be an object lesson as well. He steps away, letting his extra lives croak one by one. Something more important has clearly captured his attention. I love how even though he's like really into and caught up to this game, he still is able to step away when he needs to.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. My name's Percy. You say you need tickets? Yeah, I wanted to get the colored crayons. 50 tickets, if I recall. Tall order, but certainly achievable. So he was paying attention somewhat. Here, let me show you the best way to reach your goal. He leads our little group a short ways over to a game of colorful spinning lights. Skee-ball, even when played well, has an expected value of 4 tickets per token. But this game has an EV of 8 effort value. That's a Pokemon reference. 10 if you're sharp enough. He demonstrates dropping in a token. The lights start swirling around and around, until he snaps out and pushes the single control button with perfect timing, capturing the light right between 2 pink goalposts. 12 tickets come streaming out of the slot, the maximum possible per token.
Lovely.
Simple, yes? Here, I can spot you some tokens. To get started. He produces a short stack of brassy tokens from the ample supply in his pockets. But the girl just sort of stares at the game, confused. But this game's really boring.
Pardon me?
Boring? It's got colorful lights, see? And it pays very well. But it's boring. I like rolling the skee balls into the holes. You want those crayons, yes? And this is the most efficient way to get them? The girl sighs disappointed, but she's not crying anymore. The distraction was enough to crack her out of the feedback loop of despair, I guess. I like this little scene because it shows that he's not thinking the way the kids want to have. It's the journey, part of getting the tickets is the journey, and efficiency is great and all, but it's not the end all be all, especially for kids. She hands the tokens back, the stack clinking lightly into Percy's open hand.
Thank you.
Thanks, mister, but I got other crayons at home. I guess I'll just use those. Crisis averted? Question mark? Not exactly cheered up, but not exactly weeping, she mixes back into the crowd to find her friends and play with them instead. Well, my apologies, Hawk. Seems I've let you both down. Although I must confess to be rather puzzled by this. If you have a clear and distinct goal, what's so bad about accomplishing it by the most direct means? She's 5. I think she cares more about fun than expected value.
Well.
I'll admit, my experience with children is unorthodox. I suppose it's best to admit my failure in this moment and move on. I'd let it ride, but curiosity takes me. Oh, yes, ride indeed. Kids got the spirit of a competitor skee balls more competitive than Stop the Light. But isn't playing Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze fun for you? Why else would you play it all the time? By unorthodox child experiments, what exactly do you mean? Yeah, I'd say this, but isn't playing Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze fun for you? Why else would you play it all the time? Hang on. You spend all day, every day, playing Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, and that doesn't offer any tickets or rewards of any sort. There's the high score. Right, but are you really only playing for the score? Surely you find the game itself fun. I mean, what drew you to Moopy in the first place? Why that game for your score challenge? That question puts him at unease. He pauses, unable to smoothly deliver an answer. Ah, it's a bit personal, really. Oh, did he used to date the person who invented Moopies? Oh wow, look at that. That shot up. And my dominant... Okay, that's dominant. I'm actually surprised that this is secondary. Huh. I'm very surprised by that. It's a bit personal, really. Not that I'm offended. Oh, no, I just mean it was a very personal decision to take up this particular challenge, this game. A mixture of nostalgia and a promise to keep. Ah, there's a backstory there. He shakes his head. I suppose this isn't the time or place. Others need your help today, Hark. And this old man's got a game to get back to.
Much obliged.
But thank you for trying to help that girl. And thanks for allowing me to try to help, even if we both struck out. It shows character. Percy returns to his game, having lost most of his extra lives, but doesn't seem to mind the setback. If anything, he's smiling more than he was a minute ago. Right, that's sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? The two kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near Naomi and Ashley, an angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee. Let's talk about the angry adult shouting at the kid. The sound of hardships call from me from the Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now's not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on and stat. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I didn't.
I didn't. Admit it, I knew what you did, you brat. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry. Children like you are the absolute worst. Garbage. Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest, beyond sweet Josh that he should put in his own tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his own allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money. Let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out of the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo has buried his face in his hand. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to Showtime stage. Teo probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on stage. And just by the way, Queen Bee's brows are furrowed. I can tell something is not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself. Ask Teo if he saw something. Teo was right next to the action when it went down. I decided to check in with him. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but if you please stop shouting, we can get this all settled. Teo? I refuse to calm down until this child has been appropriately punished. That such disrespect is tolerated in this arcade is appalling. Oh, I'm giving you the worst online reviews. Teo jumps down from the stage and approaches the shouting woman. He puts his hands up.
Sheesh.
Simmer down, simmer down. This can all be explained with science. Really? Really? I mean, right, of course. Teo, by all means, elaborate. Teo walks past us and right up to the Fast Cars 5 game. He casually slumps in the driver's seat and then motions for us to come near. Let me show you both something. Teo points at the car console. It's got a wheel, which is fantastic and totally necessary for a driving game. Pedals, gear shifts, and so on. But the feature Teo draws our attention to are the 2 coin slots which are vertically stacked, one on top of the other. Okay, so this is where you drop your tokens in to play the game. However, do you see how it's practically in the middle of these 2 identical consoles? Which game does the top slot belong to? The right hand or the left hand game? The top one? If it's at the top, I would go left to right. At least that's what I would default to if there was nothing else that was indicating, so I'd go left to right. Also, I'm left-handed, so it's obviously the left one, right? I mean, correct? Of course not, fool. It's the right one.
Exactly.
Hark is correct. Left to right. At least when you're in America, it's left to right. What? Preposterous. See, these import games can be confusing. I'm sure your son just put his token in the wrong slot. Common mistake, really. Happens all the time. Considering how confused I was, I could see how a small child would be just as, if not more confused. Honestly, mine was just a lucky guess. No, mine was not a lucky guess. I had some educated It was an educated guess. An educated guess. I gave Teo a grateful look, happy that the crisis has been dealt with. The frustrated customer would undoubtedly apologize for yelling at that boy now. No. Not that face, no. How dare you imply my precious Josh was wrong? I can't believe the gall of some people. Josh, get over here. We are leaving this horrible arcade. Right now. Oh, well, didn't see that one coming. The woman scoops up her child and storms out of the front door. I saw that coming. I don't think we'll see her or son anymore. And frankly, I'm cool with that. Once they're gone, Teo looks back at me from the driver's seat and shrugs.
No can do.
There's just no pleasing some people. I feel sorry for her son. That's no way to treat a kid. Teo's sprightly and happy demeanor shifted slightly, eyes glazed over as he looked into the distance. I haven't seen Teo act like this before. He just looks so upset. I wonder if I should check in with him. Did something like this happen to you too? Teo, hey, you feeling okay? I'm not going to pry. Teo, hey, you feeling okay? I know it's really none of my business, but I should make sure Teo's okay. It seems like he really can empathize with this kid's plight. Hey, everything alright? You need anything? After pausing for a moment, the fire returns behind his eyes. Yeah, I'll be okay. Just reminded me of how I'd get treated. By teachers, notably. I'd space out in class, daydreaming, and they'd rake me over the coals for it just to assert authority. Total overkill.
Bummer.
It really bums me out to see adults mistreat kids this way, you know? I like to treat people with respect, even when they're in the wrong, like you saw just now with that woman. That is true. He handled the situation, considering how ridiculous and, I don't know, blowing things way out of proportion I thought that parent was. He actually still was trying to treat her with respect, which is very admirable. My husband's good about that too. Nothing. No. I was complimenting my husband. You're a kind person, Hark. But I'm not that important. You should make sure that boy's safe and sound.
Catch you later.
I'm heading back to Showtime stage. Holler if you need anything. Teo's really a nice guy. I like him. I gave a quick wave to Teo as he returned to his game. After poking around a bit, I managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the whole ordeal. Hey, sorry about all that. Are you going to be okay? I think so. I noticed that this art style is clearly different from the rest of the rendered art in this game, so I'm guessing that this is, might be like a Kickstarter, like a Kickstarter perk, maybe, for people who paid a little bit extra, then they could be able to, like, put their own art in the game, which I think is cool. I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came up out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. And then that woman approached you and started yelling? The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Uh-huh. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone. I don't think she's going to ever come back. Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine, is parents, as a parent myself, it's a pet peeve of mine when parents just fail to, they fail to look at all sides of the story when it comes to their kids, because sometimes, yeah, their kids are in the right, and sometimes their kids are in the wrong. It happens. So, that's a pet peeve of mine. The boy Cheeks still streaked with tears, lets a smile spread on his face. Thank you. And tell that nice man thanks for sticking up for me, too. I nod, and the boy scurries off and rejoins some of his other friends. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with that cupcake problem, uh-oh. Too late. The vintage Midway cabinet Naomi just finished fixing up, it's covered in icing. Looks like Ashley's costume is going to need dry cleaning, too. I shoot them a helpless look and shrug. Sorry, ladies. Hey, Hark. Kinda wish it was pink icing, then nobody would notice. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't quick enough.